Hello everybody, hope you're all safe, sound and healthy, and Assalamu alaikum to all the Muslim viewers, or listeners, audience. Yeah, despite my rather chipper greeting, I'm actually pretty peed off. This is an update on Skyelectric's ongoing incompetence, I might add. After 3 years of constantly tolerating their incompetence, I have finally just had it with them and I have given it to them. And imagine that they have this very bad habit of lying to their customers. They have zero communication amongst themselves. They're always throwing blames at each other. They are highly unprofessional, highly unprofessional. And imagine that the thing that really gets to me is the fact that my father paid them twice the amount that you could pay any other solar system installer. And this is what we're getting for paying that much money. And as you know, my principle is don't invest in Pakistan, don't invest in Pakistan's government, don't invest with anyone in Pakistan, and don't ever put your money in anything, any company, any private organization, anything in Pakistan. And as you can see, I am always right, because look at the consequences of spending so much money and investing in this solar system with the worst people on earth who know that they can get away with anything. And the customer in Pakistan, there is no customer uh, rights. Basically, the law is just a formality. It's just on paper. There's no implementation of the law. Customers have no rights. Consumers are always at a loss, and the service industries are crap. They're bullshit. They have no respect for their customers, despite the fact that they exist solely because of their customers. The fact that if these customers choose to no longer work with them or use them, or use their services, that they could actually literally cease to exist. But this fact, it doesn't seem to bother them, because to be honest, our people are so dishonest. Dishonesty is ingrained in their blood, that they don't know any other way to live. So lying and dishonesty and cheating and shortcuts, this is all our people know. Okay, let's just be brutally honest here. I think that the true definition of a patriot is a person who points out what is wrong with their society so that it can be fixed. And I think a traitor is that person that closes his eyes and blindly believes that everything is perfect with their society. They are traitors. They're not just hypocrites, and they're not just stupid. They're plain traitors. That is why I say our country is run by traitors, and it is basically steeped in treason with treacherous people. Because I think that there is nothing more treacherous than to cause harm to your own people in your own society. And that's what our people are always doing. They don't know any other way to live. And that is why I'm at this point where I do believe that our country, if you really believe that our country needs to be rebuilt, we need to totally destroy it first, burn it down to the ground, burn everything that exists down to the ground, and then only can this country be rebuilt by our people, by people who truly are patriots, who truly want their country to be successful. And the problem here is that our people, majority of them, they have no sense of dignity, they have no sense of honesty, of self-respect, right? They are still living in that enslaved mentality, and that has cost the rest of us a lot of problems. And it has also been the main reason why our country could never get rid of corruption. Because after all, one of the first things that England did after destroying the developed countries of their time, um, and while trying to rebuild itself as a developed country, after stealing and borrowing all our laws and our infrastructure plans and everything, basically, they ended up putting all their dark ages concept into our countries. And then they also made sure that they had fifth columnists in each of these former colonies of theirs, so that these colonies could never truly prosper or go back to their days of glory. And that is also very easily done when you know that you have traitors in your midst again. And we are a bunch of traitors in this country. We have a bunch of traitors in this country, and they are sitting on top of us, and they're everywhere. And that is why it is so easy for Western countries to dictate our society, our economy, our culture, even. It's so easy. And this is why, corruption and dishonesty is rampant. So yeah, well, the reason why I'm highly peed off is because once again, Skyelectric people have reneged on their own words. They themselves gave me the deadline for today to install the inverter, which they caused to blow up due to their incompetence, because they didn't even have the common sense to shut down the system from the back end to avoid all of this from happening. And these people have time and again delayed the whole thing. This is what they used to do even when I did have their knock services. So they keep on trying to make this excuse that, oh, if you had knock services, I'm like, you mofos. Because I'm seriously, I'm sorry, but I'm so pissed off right now. I am going to swear left, right, and center. Okay? These mofos actually had the gall to talk to me about knock services. 2 years I had knock services. The exact same quality of services were provided to me as they are being provided now. Delays. I have never seen them get anything done within 24 hours. Never. In all the 3 years that I've installed them, I have never seen their knock services do anything within 24 hours. Forget that. I have never seen them prevent an issue from actually taking place, which is one of the claims that they make, that if you avail knock services. The 2 years that I have availed their knock services, they always failed to catch a problem before it occurred. They never even knew there was a problem until it occurred. I was always the one telling them that now something has happened. Until date, they could never even find out what exactly happened whenever it happened. They have no idea what they're doing. They're just, grasping in the dark. And they're all incompetent people experimenting on the money of their customers. They don't know jack shit, basically, right? And and this is just another display of that. The fact that they didn't even have the freaking common sense to shut down the system at the back end to prevent my inverter from blowing up. And now that the inverter did blow up because of them again. In fact, to be very honest, I'm at this stage, I don't even know, because I always feared that the minute they would tamper with the system, something would go wrong. And they came to do this preventive maintenance thingy, and I have a sneaking suspicion that the one of the worst things about people in Pakistan is that they don't become fully masters themselves at what they're doing or what they do, and then they always have to bring a fucking student with them to train them, and always again at the customer's expense. So he brought this student, this apprentice, and he was telling, and I was like, you better double check everything yourself, man, seriously, because I am not going to tolerate any problems. And it seemed that he did double check everything himself. But the thing is, whenever there's an apprentice in the mix, then you can forget it. You can just forget anything that could be done properly. And so, voila, within a month, suddenly my inverter shuts down and there's a communication error. And then again, while they're scrambling like freaking beheaded freaking chickens, my inverter blows up because they didn't even have the common sense to shut it down at the back end. And as you know, that caused problems with a few of my appliances that I still can't get fixed. I'm still in the process of, because people are still trying to figure out how to fix those bloody appliances now, thanks to them. And then obviously it has cost me a huge loss in my work, because my work is all online and they're at odd hours, and because of the rate at which there's this load shedding going on, I have to reschedule everything, and that has affected my work. So again, who's going to pay me damages for that? Nobody. And now the bill that we're going to incur in all this time that we are not producing our own electricity. because the government is obviously here to steal from us. And as you know, they have added a lot of taxes and levies and all. And where is all that money going? Directly into their pockets. Every time the government is about to make, to do something big, basically, something big, some something corrupt, basically. They need funds for it, and when they need funds for it, they always use LESCO. They always use the electricity power supply uh, department, and they always increase our bills, and that's how they fund their next corruption, their next big act. So as you know, before, when they were doing something of the sort where they were suddenly charging everybody lakhs and lakhs of rupees in LESCO bills, remember I told everybody that it means they're about to do something. What were they about to do? They toppled our legitimate government. Now they're again up to something, because now again they are stealing from us, now not only through electricity bills but also through gas bills now. So we're paying both bills in thousands and in lakhs throughout the country, even those who don't even have the connection, and even those who have solar, and even those who have absolutely no connection whatsoever. So everybody is again being falsified bills are being sent to people, fabricated bills, just so that they can fund themselves for the next big corruption that they're about to do. And now, here I am, without my own power to produce, at the mercy of both the freaking solar incompetent jackasses and the ultra corrupt government. And I'm stuck between the two. And at this point, I will now have to end up paying bills in thousands. That is if I'm lucky. And then I'm going to have to pay, I mean, not pay, but I mean, I'm going to have to suffer the loss of my work right now, because I'm unable to work this month properly. So that's a huge loss that I'm facing. Again, that is in lakhs, by the way. So who's going to pay me that? And, and then the added problem that I was supposed to, travel out of the city, and I delayed all that because I'm waiting for these jackasses to get this stuff done. So I'm stuck. I'm pretty much, I can't even go to the market, because I'm like every day just waiting for them to tell me that today's the day we're going to install the bloody freaking thing. And they told me that the product, that the inverter was available in the Islamabad office. They confirmed it with me, and then they asked me for 2 weeks. And then on Saturday, they called me, and that is even after I emailed them for an update. Then they called me, as I told you, that, and then this on Saturday, on Monday, and then they told me that, within this week, maximum by Thursday, maximum. It won't even go further. I guarantee you, it's we've got it, and it's coming in. And now, since yesterday, I've been asking them, okay, so are you ready for Thursday? Are you ready for tomorrow? Is it coming? And then again, they started, scrambling all over the place, looking for freaking excuses. And then today, oh, it's going to be delayed. And they again started with the same old bullshit about imports and all. I'm like, listen, don't give me that bullshit, okay? Don't. Because you confirmed with me that the product was actually in your Islamabad office. And you confirmed with me that it was on its way to Lahore. And that is why you gave me today's date. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't give me that crap, okay? I'm getting stuff from China. I'm getting stuff from China, and you're not getting stuff from China because of import-export problems and because of the fog. And what other excuses do you freaking people have now? What other more freaking excuses do you have? I mean, I am so sick and tired of these people. I do wish at this point that they would all just combust and blow up and die, every single one of them. Seriously, in this country, I do not wish to see a single desi face right now, because I've had it till here with the height of shamelessness, of dishonesty, of incompetence, unprofessionalism. And then they open their mouths and ask for money. They ask you for money. I mean, if this was a civilized country, they would be paying me for all the loss that they're causing me. But no, in Pakistan, you pay people to cause you losses. Yeah, that's how it is. You pay people international rates for mediocre services, and you pay people to cause you harm and loss. That's Pakistan for you, okay? And I have just had it with the hypocrisy and the fact that they do not even, they do not even have the courtesy to apologize to you properly. They think that they will just, just do some lip service and that's it. That's not it. Fuck you people. This is not the way you say sorry. In Islam, which is basically followed by all the civilized countries now, which is why they've gotten to the point they are. In Islam, you don't make a promise and renege from it, and if you do, you have to pay heavily for it. And saying sorry is not a payment. Okay, in Islam, when you say sorry, you don't just say it verbally. You fix your shit. That is sorry. Okay? So what kind of freaking people are you that you can't even say sorry to me properly and you're asking me to be patient because these things happen? Why do they only happen with you? That I really want to know that. Why do they only happen with you? Why haven't they happened with my other solar system installers? Why doesn't it happen with my ISP? Why doesn't it happen with the other people? Why are they getting stuff done in 24 to 48 hours as promised? You people couldn't even get me a freaking filter in 24 hours. I remember that time too, they took 4 months. In fact, the next year started. And then they gave my filter to somebody else. And then they realized and they started making excuses. And so they started lying to me and this and that, although it slipped out of their mouth that they had given it to somebody else. And then they again made me wait another 2 months. So I waited actually 4 to 5 months for just those freaking tiny filters. So how do I know that they've given my replacement unit to somebody else? I don't know that because this is the kind of stuff that they do. In Pakistan, even the government does this. I remember when, as if you would listen to my previous podcasts on utility store people, we paid them for the stuff and they gave it to somebody else. This is how people in Pakistan behave, and then they say that we abuse them and we curse them and we call them Paki and we call them names. Yeah, don't act like one. Don't act like a Paki, and nobody's gonna call you one. Act like a freaking human being already. Well, before I really, really lose it, let's just put an end to this episode because I swear I am going to burn somebody down to the ground if this goes on. I am actually going to lead a revolution in this country and I will burn this whole country down to ashes if this goes on. So, this is me signing out. Take care. Bye bye. Khuda Hafiz.